Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Margo again. This video here is going to be about seeing the deer or deer totem, deer spirit animal. And I'm just gonna jump right into it. I had took some notes here because it's quite a bit. But the deer, it represents peace, tranquility, gentleness, intuition, graceful action, self-awareness, represents love and kindness, inner intuition, intellect activation, intuitive powers, deep spiritual vision, foresight. So like I said on my previous video, there's a situation that I dealt with a certain family member, and now I see why I was having, I was seeing a deer a lot. I was seeing a deer a lot, and also the other animals have been around. I'd be trying to look up these animals and kind of compile all these meanings together, because again, the crow has been there, the hawk has been around. Lately I've been seeing the fox and the raccoon. At nighttime I've been seeing the fox and the raccoon, and there's good and positive or in other qualities about these animals. There could be some good qualities, and there can be some not so good qualities. But the fox and the raccoon, they're in that grouping of talking about. I know other cultures, from what I read, other cultures see the fox and the raccoon as like the trickster spirit. The spirits that, they're very tricky, they're very cunning. And again, I try to compile everything together in terms of the situations that I've experienced. And, but I had a situation with a loved one, and it caused me to, get out of character. And one of the main messages I got from reading off the deer, which I'm going to go through some of these traits, is don't lower your vibration for nobody. Don't lower your vibration for anybody. Don't compromise. Don't put yourself in certain situations that will cause you to get out of character, that will cause you to lower your vibration. Because, and two, where it talks about graceful action, self-awareness, because, regardless whether people believe it or not, there's a spiritual world that's at work here. Like the scripture says, I'm gonna paraphrase it, but it says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So it lets you know right there's a spiritual world around you, and these malignant spirits, these low vibrational spirits are working to cause chaos in your life, to cause you to stay stuck, if it like the scripture in John 10:10 that says, the thief comes not but to steal, kill, and destroy. I come that they might have life more abundantly. So the Most High said, I come that they might have life more abundantly, but there's a spiritual world at work. These malignant spirits or evil low vibrational spirits, they're working against you, because these entities, they they don't want you to prosper. They don't want you to be abundant. If they can't outright steal, kill, and destroy, They're going to cause other situations in your life, throw monkey wrenches in your plans, cause delays. I made other videos talking about the dream realm, these low vibrational entities. Your dreams are supposed to be pleasant. It's supposed to be peaceful. But instead, your dreams are bizarre or out of whack or out of balance. Your dreams, these malignant spirits, they can come in and pollute and defile your dreams with nonsense. So, when your dreams, the dream realm, when your dreams are polluted or defiled, you can't receive those divine or heavenly messages that the angels, the messengers are trying to convey to you. And in your dreams, that's what I say in my other videos as well. Your dreams could, give you the answers you need for whatever your goals or ambitions are, or if you seeking out answers on the next steps in your life. Your dreams, pay attention to your dreams, write down your dreams. They could have the answers you need, but when these malignant spirits that are working, there's a spiritual world at hand here. They'll come in, defile your dreams or pollute your dreams with nonsense, and you're not receiving those divine or heavenly messages. So, but yeah, let me get back to the deer though. So, there's a few pointers here. The deer represents as well spiritual vision. And the main thing about the deer as well is vigilance. Vigilance is a big indicator here with the deer. Being vigilant in everything you do, being self-aware, spiritually aware of what's going on around you, being cautious. Especially it says, spiritually conscious of your environment. Let me see. Another indicator here, it says, don't neglect your spiritual side. Put a premium on it more than the material. So the deer can also give you a heads up of don't neglect your spiritual side. Make sure you're nourishing your spiritual self and not all into materialistic things or material world. Your mind and everything else is paying all that energy. Your focus is too much on the material versus nourishing your spiritual self, being attentive. And a deer also can mean good fortune. And in a lot of cultures, the deer is represented as a good sign, especially when it talks about if you're not an entrepreneur and you're just in the employment field, it can mean a promotion is coming. Especially in some cultures, seeing a male deer, especially with the horns, seeing the horns or the antlers is a good sign. Or I've read in cultures where if you see a deer with the leaf in its mouth, that is a good sign of good fortune coming your way. When it talks about being attentive and vigilant, it also is talking about a rare opportunity could be coming. Because when we go about in life, when it talks about rare opportunity, the deer, it'll just, how some people, they'll be driving down the road and all of a sudden a deer just jot out in front of you, which for most people, nobody wants a deer to pop in front of them because of obvious reasons. And it's very startling and you're like, crap. And hopefully you can stay in control and, stay on the road or slow down. And usually when I see a deer, I usually slow down anyways, because usually if there's one, there's others right behind it. So once I see a deer coming out, I immediately start slowing down, because there could possibly be a good chance that there's some other ones that's finna fly out right behind it. And so, but yeah, rare opportunity, when it talks about the deer jotting out, that's a good way to get your attention, obviously, because it was just boom in your face, like boom, like there's like, bam, I'm here, to grab your attention. So another, let's see, we got, another thing about the deer is that the deer is very, very sensitive, and they got some very strong senses. They're very sensitive in detecting danger, and so it kind of just gives you that heads up of being cautious, again, vigilance, knowing there's negative influences around you. So it could be giving you a heads up that you need to pay attention to the people around you. Are these people around you supporting your cause? If they're not supporting your cause and they don't give a flip about you, or they want to scoff and mock at your beliefs, your spirituality, then get away from negative influences. Get away from them. If they close-minded, they're not open to your wisdom, your advice, get away from them. A lot of people out here, especially successful people, it's funny how all these successful people say the same thing, that you have to be cautious of who you allow around you. Even when it comes to your own kindred, your family members, everybody's not for you. And again, don't jeopardize your character. Don't jeopardize the integrity or integral. I'm trying to get that word, because some of the words it gets you tongue tied. But excuse me. Don't jeopardize your vibration for anybody. Don't lower your vibration for nobody. If they don't support you, then you can love people from a distance. You can love people from a distance, and you can forgive people and not deal with them no more. But you have to have, look at, there's a bird. I don't know what kind of bird it is, but it's sitting right here on this this fire hydrant. Let me see. Let me turn it around. What kind of bird is that? Yeah, I see you. What you doing? Yeah, that bird is sitting over there chilling. All right, let me get to the next. It's a sign of protection and kindness. And then too, just seeing a deer can mean that, you have a kind heart. And me being an empath and a healer, I found out I was a healer too, is I was looking up the positive traits that I have and the negative traits. And looking up your, everyone should take the time to look up your soul urge number, your personality number, and I know some people say astrology, looking up these zodiac signs and things like that. People want to say that's wicked or whatever. You shouldn't look that up, which no, that's just ignorance. Because when I looked up my zodiac sign, my positive traits, negative traits, looking up your personality number, your soul urge number, your soul purpose number, all these things have meaning, because when you was born under a certain zodiac, and these your moon sign, and things like that, it does play a part in your character and how, all these things described. When I looked my stuff up, it literally described me and my strengths and my weaknesses. So how can you go about in life, how can you know which direction to go or what things to work on? Because on my other video, it's recommended that everybody should do shadow work. And if you don't do, I'm not going to go into what is shadow work on this video, but everybody take the time to go look up what shadow work is, because everyone has a shadow, and you have to, look these things up to see, what's your strengths, your weaknesses. And once you know your weaknesses, you can work towards healing those weaknesses, working towards facilitating healing, and bring about positive energies that's going to influence more positive manifestations in your life. You're going to draw those positive energies. And I mean, like I say, you're going to vibrate, you're going to vibrate even higher. You know what I'm saying? How they say, you're going to soar like an eagle, So I'm going to get to the next one. Seeing a deer says it's time to find your inner peace. The peace is based on the image you have created in your mind about your life and its values. So again, working on shadow work is definitely a good thing to start. Looking up your signs, seeing what because that's all, this is interconnected. Because you have, all of us have built up these toxic mind patterns. And these toxic mind patterns obviously don't serve us, right? And that's what also, when it comes to your insecurities and, like I said, it's just, you gotta, because it's going to go right into the next one here where it talks about it's time to trust your inner wisdom, confidence, your abilities, your intuition, because the deer deals with intuitive powers. Eliminate doubt in yourself. We're not talking about the insecurities. See the potential you have. So it's just, you got to look these things up to get to, know yourself better. And again, it's going to start building up your confidence. It's going to start to facilitate healing and bring about positive change in your life. The next trait or characteristic here says be patient. Patiently going through its life processes. Stop running through life without considering the effect of your actions. So, being patient, because this whole journey, it's a life process, especially doing shadow work, working those things out, whatever pain or trauma or shadows you're dealing with, it's a life process. It's a lifetime journey, and you got to constantly be vigilant, which talks about on here. Be attentive, be vigilant. When it's considering that we make these bad choices in life, because depending on your circumstances, your situations, being careful of your actions, because and being mindful, being present, because you got to take the time to just kind of think, if I do this action here, how's it going to affect me in the future? Or how's it going to affect my loved ones or whoever? Patiently going through life's processes. This is a learning experience. And how do you gain wisdom? You know, you have to go through these life processes, learning the lessons and moving forward, and passing that wisdom down to other people so that it helps them out. And hey, they could take it or leave it. You know, it's really up to them. Whenever you give your wisdom, it's up to them if they want to take heed to your advice or not. But yeah, this is definitely a life process, and you got to be patient. You know, these different experiences we go through is to build your patience, to build tolerance, but at the same time too, you know your value. When it talks about up here, you have created in your mind about your life and its values. Know your value, know your worth, and don't take no crap for nobody. Yeah, again, if they're not for you, if they don't support your cause, you don't have to deal with them. You can gracefully deal with things gracefully, be kind, know how to, gracefully remove yourself from the situation or away from toxic individuals. It could be also, I think the last point I have here, it could mean that it's time for a new adventure, new endeavors. New phases are coming in the near future, a new phase, because in life, this is, it's like climbing up a mountain, and you're going through different levels, and you have to go through these experiences, especially if you're a healer. If you find out you're a healer, an empath like myself, you got to go through these experiences through life. And another thing, if you keep going through the same experiences over and over again, it's because you haven't learned the lesson. You haven't learned the lesson. This is why you keep going through the same situations over and over again, or coming across the same type of people. You haven't learned the lesson. And until you learn the lesson, that's when it's kind of like school. When you learn a lesson in class and you do well in class, you move on to the next, you graduate and you move on to the next class or to the next grade, if you will. So, but yeah, that's all I got, on this, I had a lot of points on here, but inner intuition, intellect activation, intuitive powers, deep spiritual vision, foresight, peace, tranquility, gentleness, graceful action, self-awareness, be attentive. So operating out of love, out of self-respect, being confident in your own abilities. Again, like I said, working on your shadows, working on shadow work, working on your weaknesses, so if you build on your weaknesses, you're making them stronger. That's only going to make even your strengths, working on your strengths as well. And it's like I said, it's just going to facilitate positive change in your life. It's going to, facilitate healing, self-awareness, and, just being mindful. So again, with my situation with the deer, dealing with a certain family member and getting out of character, knowing when to leave and gracefully move away from the situation. Don't let anyone lower your vibration. Don't compromise your vibration for nobody. Don't jeopardize your integrity for anybody. So that's about it that I got on this video. So I wish y'all well. And hopefully this would help a lot of you out there with the notes that I brought forth on about the deer. And so I wish y'all the best, and peace and blessings be to you all. I love you guys and gals. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day.